Alright guys, so check this out. New bike, kind of sketchy. First time riding it. MT09. So I rode it around the parking lot here just to test it when I was buying it, but I literally just bought it, leaving the dude's house now. I was actually impressed by how light it felt compared to the MT07. It's pretty much the same maneuverability. Feels like I'm a little bit taller, and I am. I'm really tiptoeing this bike when I get to a stop. That's gonna be a little bit sketchy. But so far I'm on ride mode 2, which is almost full power. Supposedly you get full power, but the throttle is not as like sketchy as so I'm about to ride home now. And getting to a stop being short sucks. I gotta get used to that. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's the quick shifter. Works well. And getting to a stop is sketchy, man, because I can't touch my feet down. So I gotta learn how to do 1 foot down, but so far the power delivery seems really good. Exhaust is pretty loud. It has a Two Brothers exhaust. Quick shifter works down too. Whew. Brakes are pretty hard. The clutch is very far out. Power seems a lot smoother than the MT07, but also it does feel like it has a lot of power. I'll show a walk around later. But so far, I like how nimble it is. It is much taller. Ooh, should have stayed on second gear. Yeah, messing up on the gears a little bit, but I'll get used to it. Kind of nervous. It's very, very tall. That's the main thing that's making me nervous. It has a Corbin seat, so I feel like that makes it even a little bit taller than it should be. But I'm not scared by the power. It's not very... It's smoother than the MT07, at least on low speeds. I haven't been to the freeway yet, but I will soon. Probably not gonna record much on the freeway because it gets loud. Yeah, I gotta get used to that clutch. It's very far out. So yeah, I mean, so far feels very smooth, very lightweight, a lot taller than the MT07, at least with this seat. Clutch is very far out. I'll probably put some adjustable levers here because I have small hands. But overall, comparing power and the way it rides to the MT07, it's not that much different. Of course, it's weird because I can feel that it has more power, but it feels smoother. Like it feels smoother than the MT07. It feels smoother than the MT07, but it does feel like it has a lot more power. So it's not super scary. So the only thing that feel like I'm gonna have a harder time with is just the height. And I'm trying to use a quick shifter so I can get used to it. But I think it will be better to use it at a higher RPMs. But it feels very smooth. Very easy to ride on the freeway. Well, at least catching up to the freeway. .70 miles per hour, super stable. Bike still feels light, but it feels very stable. I don't feel a lot of buzz. Tiny bit of buzz on the handlebars, but not a lot. That's normal, I feel like, on any motorcycle. There's a lot of wind, but the windscreen that it has is actually doing a good job. So it's riding very smooth. See, flickering it from side to side, very good. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty happy with it, at least for the first few minutes. I was kind of scared that it would be that the throttle will be too jumpy, but it's actually very smooth. The wind on the freeway, it's not bad at all. It's a normal for a naked bike, and the windscreen is actually pushing the wind on top of my helmet. So I get way less buffeting than I did with the MT07. And I'm not getting thrown around, which is one of the things that I was afraid to. So far so good. I'm not gonna do much more talking on the freeway. I'll give you guys more details on what I think about the bike later. But so far I'm pretty happy. It feels like I'm sitting way taller, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. Has a lot of power. Even on 6th gear, doing 75, I hit the throttle, that thing goes. Yeah, a lot more power than the MT07. shit, yeah. It's more linear too. Whenever you're catching up to speed, I mean, whenever you're hitting the throttle past 70 miles per hour, it's more of a linear power. The MT07, you had to go full throttle. It would go, but it would kind of like try to push it. This is linear. I like it. I like it a lot. Oh my god. Alright guys, so I'm almost home. I rode it on the freeway here. It feels a lot more stable on the freeway than the MT07. It was super windy too, but it felt fine. So I think I'll be very happy with this bike. The gears are very smooth. So overall, quick shifter works well. Gears are very smooth. I'm not sure if I like the Two Brothers exhaust. I don't know. I feel like I like the sound of the MT07 better with the Yoshimura. So in the future, I might end up replacing this exhaust. Put something else on. But the bike feels nimble. Felt very stable on the freeway. The wind protection was pretty good with this little windscreen. Rode it here for about 30 minutes or so and it felt fine. The brakes feel a little bit more, well, a little bit stronger than the MT07, which is a good thing, but I gotta get used to it. Because when I get to a stop and I hit the brakes, the bike being tall, it tends to tip over to the side. So that's a bit sketchy.